Let's begin with the big updates coming in from Tamil Nadu. And the question that everyone's asking, what's happening in the Tamil Nadu NDA? Months to go for the elections in the state, and there's confusion galore between the AIADMK and the BJP. The two allies can't seem to make up their mind on what happens if they win in 2026. It's a long way off, yes, but the reality is that the AIADMK and BJP have been making public statements directly contradicting each other. First, here's the AIADMK's version. Edappadi Palaniswamy said very categorically he's the leader of the NDA in Tamil Nadu. And that's something that the BJP is also on board with. But add to that, he's also said that if the alliance wins, this will be completely an AIADMK government. Essentially, they're saying there's no place for the BJP in the government. This is EPS's message, and I want you to listen to that first.
கூட்டணி ஆட்சி இல்ல எங்களுடைய கூட்டணி ஆட்சி அமைக்கணும்னு சொல்றேன் கூட்டணி ஆட்சி அமைக்கணும்னு சொல்றேன் நீங்க தவறா புரிஞ்சிட்டு வெளிப்பட்ட நான் தான் தெளிவா சொல்லிட்டல நல்லா புரிஞ்சிங்க இந்த கட்சிக்கு யார் கூட்டணி தலைமை தாங்குது சொல்லுங்க நீங்களே சொல்லுங்க அப்புறம் நான் எடுக்கிற முடிவு தானே அப்புறம் யார் முதலமைச்சர் ஆகுறாங்க யார் ஆட்சி அமைக்குது சொல்லுங்க நீங்க சொல்லுங்க முதிய நாங்க கேக்குறோம் நீங்க எங்களை கேள்வி கேட்டீங்களா நாங்க தெளிவுபடுத்திட்டோம் நாங்க இருவரும் அமர்ந்து தெளிவுபடுத்தியாச்சு அதுல இந்த கூட்டணிக்கு அதிமுக தலைமை தாங்கும் அதிமுக ஆட்சி அமைக்கும் அதுல EPS இன்னும் உங்களுக்கு தெளிவுபடுத்தணும்.
So you've heard from the AIADMK. Now here's the twist. The BJP, in an alliance with the AIADMK, when asked about this, made it clear that there's no such agreement, or at least that's what the former Tamil Nadu BJP chief Annamalai said. Annamalai has made it clear that it will be a coalition government. Important, however, to highlight that Annamalai wasn't a part of the alliance talks and, in fact, as we all know, was removed as the Tamil Nadu BJP chief just to adhere to the AIADMK's demands. Essentially, there's no love lost between Annamalai and the AIADMK. But what he said has led to questions about whether there's confusion, whether the BJP isn't necessarily in agreement with what really EPS has said about the AIADMK forming the government. Listen into Annamalai.
You have spoken about the alliance and things like that, but you're still claiming that whatever the Home Minister has decided, that will be the only pact?
Sir, we have to understand, sir, the Honorable Home Minister in multiple interviews, be it Dinamalar, be it Dinatandi and Indian Express, he has made a stand very clear. I'm a party karyakarta. If I am not standing with my Home Minister, then I don't have any right to exist in the party as a karyakarta. I'm very clear about it. Now, I'm not blaming anybody. It's a natural alliance which wants to defeat DMK. The alliance is formed. But we have to understand, our party has taken a stand, our Home Minister has taken a stand. If you people ask me a question, if I say no comments, if I say no, leaders will talk, if I say no, we will talk in December, which means I'm not fit enough to be in this party. I am only stating what our Honorable Home Minister Amit Shah ji has stated in multiple interviews, multiple times.
Coalition government. That is coalition government.
Mentioned very clearly that BJP will be a part of the government. He has mentioned it very clearly to a specific question.
So that's the comment from Annamalai, referring there directly to Home Minister Amit Shah's comment on a coalition government. So is that what the Home Minister actually said? Here's where it gets interesting. The Home Minister's comment is kind of open to interpretation. Here's what I mean. Listen to what the Home Minister Amit Shah said, which has been interpreted by the BJP as a coalition government and by the AIADMK as an alliance only for the elections, but post that an AIADMK government.
AIADMK का NDA में आना NDA के लिए बहुत उपयोगी है और AIADMK का NDA में आना AIADMK के लिए भी बहुत उपयोगी. AIADMK के इंटरनल अफेयर्स में हमारा कोई इंटरफेरेंस नहीं होगा. जहां तक NDA के साथी दलों का सवाल है, AIADMK और BJP का तमिलनाडु यूनिट बैठकर तय करेगा.
So what exactly is happening within the AIADMK and BJP, and does it really look good for an alliance to be speaking in completely different contradictory tunes when it comes to one issue? I want to bring in on this broadcast Suman C. Raman, political commentator, and analyst, Shekhar Iyer, senior journalist, both joining us on this broadcast to decode what's really happening within the NDA in Tamil Nadu. Vanakkam, thank you very much for your time. Suman C. Raman, I'd like to begin with you. What do you make of this confusion? Do you think that this again highlights the fact that there are endless differences between the BJP and AIADMK that are yet to be ironed out and settled?
Look, Akshita, it's completely difficult to sort of understand what the BJP's game plan really is. You have entered into an alliance, right? At the time of entering into the alliance, clearly both Mr. Amit Shah and later on Mr. Edappadi Padisammy said that the issue of forming government and all that would be discussed after the election, and as of now, there was no need to discuss that issue. Now, suddenly the stance changes, and Mr. Amit Shah, not once, he said it now 2 or 3 times, saying that, indicating that they would be part of the government. Naturally, from whatever I know from AIADMK sources, they had no intention of speaking about this issue at all. But now they're forced to sort of into a corner. And Mr. Annamalai goes and says, I was not consulted about this alliance. I know nothing about. Where is the necessity for all this? So the feeling in the AIADMK is that there is some kind of double game that the BJP is playing. The trust factor, which is so important for an alliance to work on the ground, seems to be missing at this point of time. And what the BJP hopes to gain by this kind of tactics is not very clear, unless the whole strategy is to finish the AIADMK by forming an alliance with them and then sabotaging the alliance from within. Why Mr. Annamalai has consistently spoken about against the alliance. Why has the High Command of the BJP not reined him in? They have signed up with this party, and you allow your own former state president to constantly keep sniping? I mean, how does any of this make sense?
No, but it's also bizarre to consider that maybe, there's an alliance to break it from within. At the same time, do you think that there should also be consideration given to the fact that maybe Mr. Annamalai isn't happy about this alliance, and so he's speaking out, but the BJP High Command isn't acting because they are reliant to a certain extent on him?
No. See, the question of the BJP being reliant totally on Mr. Annamalai, if they were totally reliant on Mr. Annamalai, they would not have formed the alliance because he is dead against the alliance. My point is very simple. You have entered into an alliance, and in all good faith, the objective is that both parties will join together, get on board few more parties, and they will defeat the DMK alliance in the next election. Now, tell me one action that the center headed by the BJP has taken to weaken the DMK. Even the cases which are pending against DMK leaders are all on hold. Nothing is moving. So tell me, what is the game plan of the BJP? It's clearly there. It does not seem to be in good faith here. There is some other plan to destabilize the alliance from within. What the BJP hopes to get, maybe they feel one more defeat and the AIADMK will implode, and then they can take AIADMK's place. I don't know what the strategy is. But the way it is playing out, the AIADMK does not appear to be trusting the BJP, and the BJP's actions are extremely suspicious.
Mr. Shekhar Iyer, do you agree with that sentiment that there is a trust deficit between the AIADMK and the BJP, and largely because there's lack of clarity on what really the Bharatiya Janata Party wants with this alliance and otherwise in Tamil Nadu?
Well, Akshita, when you talk about Tamil Nadu, you'll have to distinguish between Annamalai and BJP, and Annamalai, BJP and ADMK. Just as Dr. Raman was mentioning, Annamalai has not reconciled himself to this arrangement. And he has been open to talking to other leaders, despite the fact this alliance was formed. And for whatever reason, Edappadi agreed to this alliance. And subsequently, when he has launched his campaign, that is Makkalai Kappom, Tamil Nadu Veettuvom, we will save the people and also save Tamil Nadu. This campaign has picked up very well. Edappadi has been drawing good crowds. His cadres have been enthused. And in all these campaigns, the focus has been on DMK, which is what Amit Shah had also asked the BJP leaders to focus not so much on Annamalai, what will be the role of Annamalai and all that, to focus on DMK. That is what is happening. But Annamalai being Annamalai, he is not reconciled to this. Now, how is the central BJP going to deal with this is another question. And also the fact probably Annamalai expected some kind of a rehabilitation either in the central BJP or probably a berth in the upper house of parliament. I mean, these are all open to create. But at the moment, what I feel is, Edappadi also realizes the statements made by Annamalai are not necessarily endorsed by the BJP central leadership. That is why in all the pressers you see, he has been trying to dodge this question, saying there's a lot of hypothetical issues involved. Also, repeatedly that question is coming up, whether ADMK is open to an alliance with actor Vijay's Tamil Vetri Katchi, which is again, he says, he has not denied it either. But it is also a fact, before Edappadi decided to go with BJP, there were talks between his party and the Tamil Vetri Katchi. Obviously, it did not work out to a deal, because actor Vijay is now seeking more than a 50% role in any future arrangement. Akshita.
No, but Mr. Iyer, just also to raise what you mentioned about Annamalai and how perhaps EPS knows that his stand is very different from that of the High Command. It doesn't all go well, really, optics-wise for the AIADMK, that you've got these statements constantly coming in. Yes, the BJP did heed, AIADMK's demand of changing the Tamil Nadu BJP chief. But beyond that, when these kind of statements come in, surely the AIADMK is not just going to ignore it.
Well, Akshita, when it comes to optics, the bigger problem for Edappadi is he is constantly facing the charge from the DMK that by having an alliance with the BJP, you're giving a foothold to the BJP. That which the Dravidian parties are not supposed to allow any national party to come. It's another matter. Another national party like the Congress has been piggy riding either on ADMK or DMK. That's a different question. But you should not let the BJP in. So therefore, Edappadi has been, of course, in all the meetings he has undertaken in the current campaign, he has always spoken about ADMK-BJP alliance. He is not shying away from the fact that they have entered into an alliance. But at the same time, he faces a problem from some of his own party leaders who are also unhappy that, having an alliance with BJP could again cost votes of the minorities in southern districts. But the Lok Sabha election showed that minority votes are not yet going to dump DMK and come to ADMK, even if it went alone. Shita.
Dr. Raman, all of this talk of a coalition government, it'll be interesting if we ever see that actually happening in Tamil Nadu. But why do you think the BJP is constantly insisting on this? Do you really see the AIADMK ever budging on their stand that we'll agree to a coalition government?
Look, Akshita, everybody knows that if there are enough parties in the alliance to make it a winning alliance, it's extremely unlikely that the AIADMK on its own may get a majority, because they are unlikely to be able to contest more than 150 seats, and winning 117 out of 150 is a tall ask, at least for the party in its present state. So everybody knows that push comes to shove, they may have to reconcile and settle for a coalition government. But look at it from Mr. Edappadi's perspective. He has put his political career on the line by going in for this alliance with the BJP. He has convinced his party leaders, many of whom were reluctant, that this is the best option. We can't endlessly wait for Vijay to make up his mind and then get dumped at the last minute. So we will have to go with this alliance. And what does the BJP do? They have a constant sniping, undermining him. What is the logic in this, Mr. Amit Shah? How long will it take for Mr. Amit Shah to call Mr. Annamalai? Look, I'll give you an example, Akshita. Day before yesterday, there was this very negative statement made about former Chief Minister Mr. Kamaraj by a DMK MP, Tiruchi Siva. This was dominating the news cycles. Along comes Mr. Annamalai and makes this statement. Completely out of the blue. He could easily have said, look, this is a matter for the High Command to decide, whatever the High Command. Instead, he goes on this 3-minute speech. I was not consulted. Nobody asked me. I am not involved in all these things. That then becomes the news focus for every single DMK channel and social media handle of their party. It distracts. What is he gaining? You mean to say the BJP High Command does not know what's happening?
No, so you're suggesting that the DMK and BJP then are in cahoots?
Mr. Annamalai is doing his level best to ensure that the DMK comes back to power. Now, that has been known in Tamil Nadu for quite some time. Look, what the High Command is doing is now in sync with this now. How long will it take for them to make a phone call and tell Mr. Annamalai, you cannot speak like this and undermine an alliance which has been formed by Mr. Amit Shah and Mr. Edappadi Palaniswamy? The fact that they are allowing him to do this, they know what's happening on the ground far much more than you and me, and they are allowing this means that there is some plan, something behind the scenes which they are working on. And that is the reason why the AIADMK is fully justified in keeping their options open until the filing of nominations opens. So if the
Okay.
BJP thinks that they are going to be too clever by half, Mr. Edapadi is drawing huge crowds on this campaign. If they think that they're going to take him for a ride, undermine him, and then help to sink him, I think that he will also keep his options open on the alliance until the last day.
But then that's dangerous for both sides. But Mr. Shekhar Iyer, do you agree with what Dr. Raman is also saying here, that this is almost a move to sabotage the AIADMK? That's why this alliance is formed, and there are questions over how the BJP has been conducting itself, almost seemingly playing into the hands of the DMK?
Well, I again repeat, let us not make annamalai synonymous with BJP. We do not know what are the annamalai's plans. Rather, after in a couple of months, we will be talking more about annamalai's plans, because Annamalai has been also talking to Seeman. See, Annamalai has been very open to an alliance with actor Vijay also.
No,
So
but the BJP is already in an alliance. So are you suggesting, Mr. Iyer, then that Annamalai is going to step out of the BJP and look at allies?
No, there are possibilities which is being talked about in Tamil Nadu BJP circles. And the fact that Annamalai is persisting with this course, despite the fact that there is an alliance in place, the campaign has taken off, they are hitting the road, all the BJP cadres, ADMK cadres, leaders are also addressing the meetings addressed by Edapadi. With all this going on, and Annamalai is standing out separately and continuously,
Okay.
giving bites, raises question as to what is the plan of Annamalai? Because the whole purpose of this alliance, ADMK BJP alliance, was to see that there is no split
Okay.
in the opposition vote. Similarly, a question is also asked about actor Vijay's role. Is he there to split the opposition vote? If he is there to split
Wrap
the
this up.
opposition
Dr.
vote,
Raman, closing comments. Before I wrap this up, Dr. Raman, closing comments.
I'm sorry, I refuse to believe that the Prime Minister or Mr. Amit Shah are so powerless that they cannot take any action against Mr. Annamalai. That is simply absolutely too far-fetched to even think about. If they did not approve of what he was doing, they could take action within the party or even expel him from the party or suspend him from the party. The BJP is not in power in 17 or 18 states because of Mr. Annamalai. It's not in power for the last 11 years in the center because of Mr. Annamalai. So this is some kind of game, Akshita. Even Mr. Amit Shah, there are serious questions being asked. Why did he have to make these statements about we will have a share of power? What is the reason for that? Everybody knows that push comes to shove, the AIADMK is reconciled to sharing power. But why would you make it an issue now? What do you gain from it except embarrassing Mr. Edapadi Palanisamy, putting him on the back foot, and making it difficult for the AIADMK cadre on the ground to gel with the BJP cadre just when it was starting to happen under Mr. Nayanar Nagendran, where the dynamics and the relationship between the two party cadre was improving dramatically. And then you go and do this, something is not adding up, and hopefully we will know that very soon.
Okay, clearly two perspectives that we've put out on this broadcast of what's really playing out. I think one thing is for sure, that there's a lot that's happening in Tamil Nadu that doesn't really add up, particularly when it comes to the NDA. So it remains to be seen whether they get their act together or whether this alliance will actually hold the test of time for the next few months till the 2026 elections. Thank you very much, Dr. Suman C. Raman and Mr. Shekhar Iyer, for your time, for joining us here on India Today.